All right. This is perfect timing. All right. Right at 5 o'clock on the dot. That's what I'm talking about. So I am so excited. This call is something that I have been just so excited to do for so many reasons. Just because of, I don't even know how to start this. I'm so excited. So guys, welcome to the call. My name's Allison. For those of you who don't know, we have, this is a call that we're doing for our beach team as we're getting ready for, to kick off our Team Cup, which is a team competition, Beachbody-wide competition. And I was just thinking, how can I figure out a way to get everyone motivated and getting everyone fired up? And I was like, well, I can kind of give this whole talk on mindset or whatever. And then I was talking with Kanesha, and it was just like, who better to talk about the power of like mindset and belief and just how to push through and just like make things happen than Kanesha. And I'll be real brief because I want her just to pour into you guys with so much stuff. I know my team is so excited. I've been talking about you. Like, they are so excited to have you. Like, I just keep talking about it. But I met Kanesha like a few years ago. It's been a while actually. And sometimes you meet someone and you're just like, there's something real special about her. I don't know her, but I just know there's something really special about her, and I just like have to keep connected to her. And it's just been amazing. And what I love about her is that she is just such a fighter, and she just leads with this big heart of hers, and she doesn't try to be anything else but just herself. And I think for me, and she's like a baby, she's still so young, like it's crazy to me, she's like a baby. But she's just wise beyond her years. She, again, has the biggest heart ever. Her and I have had some real serious conversations in the past about a lot of things. And it's just been amazing. And we've kind of been reconnected, and it's come at like the perfect time. So I'm not going to speak much more. What I will do is have her just kind of talk. Kanesha is with Younique, which is a beauty company. And it's all about making women just feel beautiful and confident and wonderful and fabulous. And they have amazing products. And her story is just really interesting. So she's an amazing mother. She's an amazing wife. I've traveled with her and her husband, and just an amazing couple. Chris is just, so great. Her kids, I haven't met them personally, but connect with them via social media all the time. She's just all around great. So we're going to get started. So Kanesha, just tell us a little bit about how you got started into Younique, kind of take us through that journey of, because I love this story actually. So take us how you got connected with Younique and just kind of what that whole thought process was when you got started.
Well, I'm going to apologize in advance for my kids, because is my lighting okay?
It's great.
Okay. Well, that's my back door. So they're going to come and you're going to see people trying to motion things to me. That's the joy of this. And that was why I joined. 7 years ago, I found myself 18 and pregnant. And thank you for having me here. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so fired up. I love mindset because I believe in it. So 7 years ago, network marketing kind of passed my way, and I wasn't even looking for it. I was looking for a job on Craigslist, and I got bombarded on this 3-way call with all these ladies telling me about everything that they made, telling me all about their checks and trying to get me to come to some online things that they had going on at the time. But I feel like that seed was planted then, and that kind of goes back to the mindset thing. It always stuck in the back of my head what those ladies said. It just wasn't the right company for me, but the seed was planted. And so many times we plant a seed and it doesn't grow, and we don't get to harvest it the way we think that we should. So we completely give up. So that was how it became about. That planted the seed. 5 companies later, ended up signing up to, you name it, I probably did it. And I started an online boutique, started wholesaling the retail clothing. That didn't work for me. Started doing heat press t-shirts. I would buy the transfers, press the shirts. That didn't work. But I never quit. I kept going until I found my niche. And Younique wasn't my niche. I'm gonna be very honest. It was $99 to start, and that's all I saw. It was $99 to start. So all I saw was low startup costs. I didn't know a thing about makeup, didn't know a thing about skincare. I looked like a clown when I put my makeup on. My kit actually didn't even come with the #1 seller. So I had to figure out a way. And we were actually negative in our bank account the same month that I joined Younique. I bounced some checks and did what I had to do to get me to be able to get my business started. And I only knew 2 things when I signed up with Younique. I knew that women wanted to look beautiful, whether that's fitness, makeup, clothing, whatever. Women want to look beautiful. And this was my last shot because that was all the money that I had left. And Chris was making it pretty clear. We was 28 weeks pregnant and I was on bed rest with our 3rd son. And he made it pretty clear that that was the end of the road for him, that if I did not get this business off of the ground, I needed to be looking for a job at my 6 weeks. So I signed up September 4th of 2013, and our son was born November 4th of 2013. And when I tell you I did not sleep, I didn't know a thing about messaging people, trying to figure out all my scripts and all of those fun things. I did not sleep. I watched every video, every training video, read every book that I could. I actually hired Allison to be my coach around that same time. And my mindset was so poor. I had messed up so much in all my other companies. I couldn't even see what Allison was trying to teach me. It was like pulling teeth when she would be talking to me. So I think that you guys have a phenomenal leader. You do. Because I would not be where I am with Younique had I not coached with her for those 6 months that I did. Those 6 months completely changed my life. But that's the gist of how I started. I saw that this little picture came through my timeline and my sponsor was loving it, and it was the excitement behind it. She made me excited, being excited with what she was doing. So it made me want to be a part of it.
So
I hope y'all are taking notes. That was like 10 nuggets right there.
I'm taking notes as you're speaking right now. I'm like obsessed already. And yeah, like I love, because I think mindset was really important. And I know personally from our time working together, that was something that we always went back and forth. So my question to you is, what was the shift for you? What was it that clicked? Because I remember one conversation we had, and you were really stressed out and you're really frustrated, and you just kept saying like, I know, but like, all they keep saying is like, do more personal development, do more personal development, do more personal development. And I was like, yeah, that's important, but like, there's something else. And what was it for you? Like, what was it a life event? Was it just like a come to Jesus moment? What was it that shifted your whole mindset around everything and just moved you to that next level? Because you really were like, and here's the thing about Kanesha real quick. She's not being 100% honest with you guys. Even in her mindset issues or whatever, she was still killing it. Like her team was just blowing up, and she was like, I don't know. It's just like, it's just happening. It's happening. And so, she was just driven with passion and driven with this fire, which was amazing. But I noticed the shift. So what was it for you? Do you remember what it was, or?
It was the personal development. Close the door. I love you. It really was it. And it became to a place where I started believing it. We can all watch a video every day. We can all read a little book, but it wasn't until I spoke something and really believed it is when it happened. Because I came from a background of, it was a gotcha. You'll get a little bit of home happy, and then it was snatched from you. So I was waiting on the gotcha to happen with Younique. Everyone's joining. Everyone loved it. Everyone was all excited. The passion was always there for me to help people. And that was what kept me driving, because I had a passion for helping people. The product didn't matter, as long as I could help someone see their fullest potential. But it wasn't until I was going for green status, which is like leadership position in our company, and I was like 24 hours away from end of month. I still needed like $2,000 in company sales. And I remember messaging you, freaking out. I was like, this is not going to happen. $2,000 is a lot of money. And you purchased something. And that was her planting the seed that it was going to happen. But I didn't see that then. I was like, is this girl listening to me? Why is she buying this? I am not going to hit this. And it wasn't until I messaged my leader, and I was like, the way our comp plan works out, I didn't know if I was going to hold it. So I was telling her, do not announce that I hit this until I know for sure I'm going to hit it. Well, she did it anyway. She made a picture and she announced that I hit that spot. And I was livid with her because I asked her not to do it. So when I messaged her, I'm in a rage. I got this whole speech mapped out on what I'm going to say to her because you did not honor my request. She pretty much says, do you believe that you are a green status presenter? And I was like, well, yeah, but not this month. I don't. And she was like, well, if you believe it, that's what's going to be. You will be green at the end of this month. And I was. And I still had like 10 minutes to spare. And I know that fear came from I was pushing for a promotion the month before, and I did not hit it. I was like $800 away from hitting it. So that fear was planted there. I set a goal and I didn't hit it. So now I had it in my mind that every other goal after that was going to be the exact same thing. You don't fail in life. You just learn. So when I learned that I could not fail, that there's just a different way of doing something, a different way of going down that path, I became unstoppable.
That's true. You literally, because after that month, it was like, what? I can't even explain it. And I think for me, coming from this viewpoint that I had of you and knowing how hard you were working and just seeing that shift, it was like you literally, it was like no one could tell you nothing. And I remember some of our conversations where you'd be like upset about something that was happening, or a certain person would like say something negative, or like there was a couple of issues and you just be like, and like, it didn't stop you. And that was a thing that always, that I will always admire you about, is that you never, like, things would just happen. And anyone else, me included, I think would have been like, you know what, I'm done. This is, you know what, I can't, no, you got the wrong one. And you just kept going. So when something happens, or let's say a customer doesn't make a purchase, or someone that you've just been really excited about to join your team, or you have another goal that you're pushing for and it doesn't happen, like when the wind gets knocked out of your sails, whether it's professionally or personally, how do you push past that? How do you push past those moments?
Oh, you want to get real now, Allison.
I was just trying to scratch a little bit of the surface.
So I feel like God put me in this position, and I'm going to go way background. So when I started speaking things into my life and they started happening, I started speaking it over other people, and I gave people hope that theirs would happen too. So I had a good run. I had a good solid 3 years run where I was talked about because I didn't know how to do makeup. I didn't care. I knew, again, two things. This was all I had. So you may be able to apply makeup better than me. You may have a bigger network than me. You may be able to present better than I can. You may be able to have a good script, but you will not out-hustle me. So either I'm going to die or you're going to quit, just like Will Smith said. That's what it was. So I let my passion ooze over. So when I messaged a customer and they told me they would buy and they didn't end up buying, I still message those people. Hey, how you doing? Thinking of you. Are you still interested? I message a person until they say I'm not interested or leave me alone. There is no pause to it. When people would talk down about what my makeup skills were or how my skin looked in particular, when I signed up, I had severe acne. I didn't care. I wanted the feedback because I began to look at the lens through, she's watching me. Even though she says something not nice, she's watching what I'm doing. And I've had blatantly people tell me, I will order from you when you start blending your eyeshadow better. I've had people tell me that. So it made me want to get better, that people were expecting better, because really the negative comment that they're telling you is constructive criticism, is how I took it. She's telling me what I can do better. So if they're complaining about the selfie or the lighting or the video was too long or the dog barking in the background or the kids coming too out, that's all constructive feedback for me. And I would write it down. Okay, Allison said today, read, think, and go rich and burn your ships. Do you remember telling me that?
Yes, I do. Yes, burn those ships, girl.
I still think about that. So it began to come full circle for me, because I had my good run, and then life knocked the wind out of me on Valentine's Day. I delivered my daughter stillborn. So then I had to, and I delivered a full-blown 6-pound, 8-ounce, 36-week baby. So it's not like this was a miscarriage or I was 17, 18 weeks and it was full-blown nursery ready. We were ready. So I had one of two things. I could lay down and die with her, or I could try to get up and get to going. So I started learning what my triggers were in life, where I needed to avoid. Obviously, the OBGYN clinic was not a favorite place for me. Walmart was not good for me to go walk around right now. Chick-fil-A, stay away. I wore straight hair most of the time that I was pregnant. I probably wore braids and curly hair ever since. I figured out a way to be able to help it be better for me to cope. And that's where people forget. Life knocks the wind out of us, and then we don't know how to get back up because we don't know where to turn to be able to go outside of it. So when people ask me, how are you doing? I'm alive. That's the best answer I can give you right now. I don't have any emotion or feeling inside, but I still have bills. I still have to show up for my kids. I still have a husband that depends on me. This business, we're able to retire him. And can I say, if it wasn't for this business, I probably would be in an insane house right now. She was our only daughter. We have 4 boys. So she was highly anticipated and wanted. So most people, that would have completely given up on them. I don't understand people that, my car quit. Life is going to happen to all of us. We all have a story. Lost parents young, you buried a kid too, you got divorced, lost a job after many years, living in conditions that you don't want to live in. We all have something that we want to change, and the only person that can change it is you. And that was what got me to understand, no matter what life throws my way, I preach at my team, you cannot stop working your business because you got a flat tire today, or you fell off the eating plan today. Oh, you don't feel like putting makeup on today. Well, I don't feel like it either, but you still have to show up even when you don't want to. And that's what sets the successful from the unsuccessful, doing the things that you don't want to do so you can have the things that you don't have. Amen. We all have a goal in life. I'm preaching, Cheryl. You right, girl. I will take it.
Yeah.
And that's literally what it boils down to. And when I went into the hospital expecting to bring home a baby, so it's not like we had complications before, nothing like that. This was my 4th pregnancy. I felt like I was an expert at this. I knew what I was doing. So I waited till my contractions 5 minutes apart, went to the hospital, no heartbeat. It literally went that fast. So in the moment, I kept working because that was what I knew to do at that time. I kept my mind busy. I came home. We had our beautiful funeral. We got all of the kids together. I still posted about my business in between doing all of that. I never hit the brakes. That is what it takes to succeed, because it takes the same amount of energy to feel sorry for yourself that it does to get up and do something else. Mm-hmm. So that was what I did. No one could see me crying behind this computer and this phone. So I kept working. I cried it out. I talked to Chris. We would eat our nachos and cry about it together. And I would message 10 more customers. And I was able to earn my company's incentive trip during the ugliest time of my life. The qualification started January 1st. She passed away February 14th. On May 1st, I was announcing that I earned my trip. 90 days after a loss. You have to be that crazy intense. I always compare it to, if your child needed or a loved one needed something that was $5,000, and they told you we would perform this surgery for them for $5,000, you would do everything in your possible power to get that $5,000. You would sell everything in your house. You would post all in every possible trade group. You would text every person in your phone. You would hit every business. You would go neighbor to neighbor. Yet you have a once in a lifetime opportunity that leaves residual income from generations to come, and you're too lazy to message someone about what you do.
If we had a mic, you could drop it right now. But
oh, please, Allison. You're funny.
I'm gonna buy you a mic with glitter on it, so you can just go around and just drop it.
Ooh, I love pretty.
I'm gonna get you a glam mic, girl, because you just need to be just on your mic, dropping knowledge, dropping it, and walking away, because it's just. And this is something too that I find that a lot of people, they struggle with. They become a victim to their circumstances, and they let their circumstances dictate their success, dictate their future, dictate their finances, dictate their mental stability, emotional stability. And you're right, and the fact that through that very difficult time in your life, you were still able to find a way to push through literally the most difficult thing that you've ever had to go through in your entire life. And you didn't say it was easy. And that's what I like about it. You didn't sugarcoat it. You said, like, we cried, we did this, we did that. And then, I just went back through it. And I think that's what people think. They think it's one or the other. They think like you have to either be 100% okay when something happens, whether it's big or small, or you're like a cold person. Like, what I mean? Like, they think that it's one or the other. And I just love how you're just transparent about, you just found a balance, and some days were great days and some days weren't. But no matter what type of day it was, you still knew that this was an opportunity to be there for your family in a way financially, right? Like, you could still be that rock for your family, even if everything else around wasn't where it needed to be. And, you guys, that's just the strength alone, and what it takes to be successful. It's just amazing. And I'm so, again, just in awe of you with this. For you now, like, what keeps you striving? Like, now that you're kind of in this different phase and you're in this different kind of path now, what's kind of driving you now? Like, what keeps you motivated? How do you stay motivated? How do you continue to keep building and keep growing? What does that look like for you now?
So we all have to have a why. You got to know why you're doing this, and your why is going to change. Why you originally joined will be different along the way. So mine was to get out of poverty level, and then it changed to put my ADHD son in private school. Then it changed to be able to retire my husband. Now it's more of building stability and legacy, because we have 4 brown boys, and I don't know what the future holds for them, but I want to be able to make sure that they have options with some type of savings. Mm-hmm. The funniest thing, when after the loss, I kept trying to figure out something. How can I help bereaving mothers? What can I do to help people in this situation? And my counselor was like, you already are. The fact that you kept living, because most people die in their circumstances. You already are. So sometimes we look for something that's so big that it doesn't have to be. Keep it simple. For me, it's a fight every single day to get out of bed and be able to show up. And it's gotten easier. And sometimes we feel like the way social media is ran, we have to look a certain way online. When I'm done, please close the door. Go in the house, close the door. He's like, when are you done, mommy? So that was the main thing that I was trying to get people to see. It doesn't have to be crazy big, and it doesn't have to be something that's long term. If you set a goal for 5 years from now, you're going to stop speed because it's a lot of little steps in between there to get there.
Yeah.
Speaking life to yourself, I say an affirmation every single morning to myself. You have to. I am beautiful. I am smart. People do want to hear what I have to say. I am the child of a king. I am destined for greatness. My plan is to be a millionaire by the time that I'm 30. So I say I am a millionaire. That's what you have to be able to do. Pour into yourself. Do that 30 minutes of personal development every single day. I don't miss a beat. I do not miss a beat. And personal development may look different for each of us. You may meditate, you may read your word and journal, you may watch different videos that are pertaining to network marketing, you may be religious and watch sermons. Personal development looks like whatever you want it to. But network marketing is a skill, and it's an ever-changing environment. I feel like what set me apart, there are 800,000 unique presenters. What set me apart from everyone else is because I was willing to show my flaws. I'm going to point out my flaw before you will. So when I grieved, I did it publicly. I did not hold back. I made people feel me. I didn't care if it guilted them when they were still scrolling, because I had several people that my uncomfortable situation made them uncomfortable. If you worry about someone else's perspective on you and your business and what you're doing, you will never succeed. Because you have to do this for you. So I had to grieve for me. So what I felt comfortable with posting, I was willing to be vulnerable, and I didn't care how it made me feel. People offered their unsolicited advice. I didn't even read the comments. I put it out there and I moved on. And that's what you have to do in your business. Today's 100% may be tomorrow's 80%, but that's 100% for that day. That's okay. You can't beat yourself up because you went full sledge ahead 3 days ago and you haven't been able to catch that momentum back. It's a matter of keeping on doing something. So that's where I'm at in my success, steady Eddie. How do I keep it? Because honestly, getting it is the easy part. That's what I've learned along this way. Anyone can get success. Anyone can get 3 coaches under them. Anyone can keep people's auto ships on. It's a matter of keeping them on and keeping the success rolling in. The fact that you even joined Allison's team says that you want it. So what is it that's blocking you? And that's something that you have to soul search to be able to find out. Mine was the gotcha. I was waiting on the bad to happen. If you're sitting out around waiting for the bad, you'll never experience the good. That's what I learned. So I do that affirmation. I do gratitude every night before I go to bed. 3 things that I'm grateful for. 30 minutes personal development. Adding 5 people a day to my network. 5 people a day keeps the money coming your way. The people that you add today, you reap the harvest on those in 7 to 8 weeks. It takes 7 to 10 times for a person to see something before they purchase. But if you do a selfie today, maybe drink some Shaco in 2 weeks, come back and start a clean eating group 3 weeks after that, you just stretched out her time of being able to do that 7 to 10. And when she thinks of fitness, she won't think of you because you weren't showing up every day for her.
Where's that microphone? Where's that microphone?
That's where it really was. I learned that people got strength from me. Even though I didn't feel strong in my moment, just like you may not feel like you're fit the way you want to be, you are fitter than someone else. Is that even a word? You're more fit than someone else. So you give them strength to show up. I don't care if the flubber's hanging out. You don't have the cute workout clothes. You may skip Shaco a day or 2. Be vulnerable about that. That's what draws people like me to you. If you look perfect every day, I'm going to feel out of place. And that's how most people feel. And sadly, that's the way social media is. Keep it positive. Never post anything negative. And I tell my team the exact same thing. If you are going to do something with being negative, just make sure you close it with a positive. That's what I say. That's my rule of thumb. If you have a problem, have a solution. Because in my team, when you come with a problem and you don't have a solution, you're just complaining. That's what we say. We don't want complainers. So that's the exact same way when you're doing your posting. You should be posting on social media 7 to 10 times a day. I know that's a lot. That is a lot. So find something that you can schedule it to be able to do it for you. But if you're not even doing once a day, your goal needs to be just once a day right now. Don't shoot for 7 to 10 times yet. You want to build consistency and build habit. Girl, don't be talking about my bonnet. Man, you going to talk.
Yeah, no, Shaylin posted her bonnet. She posted her picture in her bonnet. I was like, yes, you got it done.
That's life. That is. There is no right or wrong way to this. And it's your page and it's your business. And eventually you'll begin to bring in like-minded people like you. Mm-hmm. That's the key. You want to find your tribe and love them hard. And you won't find it if you're not showing up for them. How are they supposed to find you?
Yeah. I just want to like reach through the computer and hug you. Like you don't even understand right now.
Oh, Allison.
So much. I mean, this was, I can't even put into words how amazing this was. Like I could try, but I can't. It was just, I mean, those are all the questions that I had. I mean, I just really wanted people to just hear, because I think also it's tough too when people just hear me say the same stuff over and over again. And, you know, and I know my poor team, they're probably just like, okay, Allison, we get it. We know. All right. Yes, we got it. Okay. Leave me alone. Stop. Why are you texting me again? So, you know, I just, from the bottom of my heart, I just appreciate everything that you shared. I don't want to keep it too long because I know that everyone, it's late on the East Coast and it's now like nighttime and family stuff. So what I will say is, Kanesha, what is one, if you had to say one thing, if you're on stage with Oprah or someone and they're like, what's your one piece of advice that you would give to any person who is stuck right now in their business or stuck in their life or just stuck? What is one thing, one piece of advice you would give them to move forward?
Oh man, it's never too late. It's never too late.
I like that. I love it. Yeah. Well, you guys, you have just heard the amazing, incredible Kanesha Morrison. She is, as you can tell, just amazing. If you do not follow her on social media, just follow her. She has amazing makeup. If you are like me, don't have eyelashes, she has some really good makeup with that as well. But you know, you guys, this is just, I'm just speechless, and I'm rarely speechless. You guys know I can talk forever, and I'm just like, I'm trying to process what she's said and in this call, and I'm having a problem because my brain is still stuck in what she's saying. But I'm like, but yeah, you know, everything that she said, hopefully you took notes. This call is going to be recorded. I'll post it up on YouTube. I'll post it up everywhere. Kanesha, I'll share the raw file and the YouTube link with you so you can do with it whatever you want to share with whoever. But you guys, this is exactly what it's about. You know, everything that Kanesha said was true. And you know what I hope you got from this, amongst everything that she said, I hope you understand that there's no secret or magic trick or anything. A lot of people try. I hope you understand everything she said boils down to having the mindset and the belief, and then just doing the work that it takes. That's the beauty of it. If you want to know the secret to anything, business or life, relationships, finances, it's the mindset and the work. And if you only have one or the other, it's not going to work. You need to have both in order to be successful or to reach a goal. And it doesn't have to, she said, it doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be what someone else does. It just has to be authentically you. And that's one thing. If you follow Kanesha and you listen to her story and you see her on social media and you meet her in person, she is authentically who she is. I've never known her or seen her to be anything different than that. And people are drawn to that, and people can connect with that, and people can admire and respect that no matter what product you have, no matter what business you're in. So just guys, please keep watching this. Watch this recording at least 3 times, because you're gonna miss something, and maybe you watch it again in a month from now. Once you push past one thing, you're gonna listen to it again and hear something differently, because now your mind is open to it. So use this for anyone that use this as your personal development for a couple of times, because Cheryl has already posted in our group. If you're not on this call, you're missing out. So yes.
Of a quote.
Yeah.
You don't have to start to be great. You don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great.
That's it. And like you said, it's not too late. You can start right now. Everything in your life, everything in your business, everything in your finance. I mean, everything and anything in your life can change right now if you choose to make it so. There's nothing that you've done that can't be undone, or that can't be fixed, or that you can't move beyond. But letting, like you said, like the fear, like you talked about, when you go for a goal and you don't hit it, you let the fear of that past missed goal dictate what the next time you do it. And I think from a perspective of when you're dealing with people and their lives and their stuff, that's a big thing, and that holds people up. And you're right. You just have to start. And sometimes you have to start again, just start again. So as we end July, my mom's birthday, my sister's birthday, as we end July, make today your day just to start again, and to start fresh, and to start anew, and to start authentically yourself. Whatever's happened in the past, let it go. It's a brand new month starting tomorrow. And Kanesha, I wish you the best of luck for your August. I don't know what big goals you're going to crush, but I know they're going to be huge. And thank you to your team that also joined us and spent some time with us. And, hopefully we can do another one of these soon and connect, and get to know each other a bit more on team to team. And to my team, the Warriors, you guys know I love you guys so much. It makes me cry how much I love you guys. And I just hope that this fed your soul the way it fed mine. And just to, if you have any questions for me or for Kanesha, we'll figure out a way to funnel it. So that way, we're not bombarding either myself or Kanesha with a bunch of stuff, but we'll figure out a way to get all your questions answered if you have them. But Kanesha, thank you so much. You literally are amazing. I love you. I'm so happy that you are fully back in my life. And I'll just be transparent real quick, because she said something and I was like, ooh. So yeah, but she's great. I love her. And this is good. So let's get excited about August and finishing 2017 in a much greater position than when we started. And let's just all lean in. Like I said, let's just lean in and go for it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being on.
A sentence, mid-sentence, and then just stopped. He was like, "Oh," and then she.
Oh yeah, see, that's my problem. I'm having issues. How can not? I'm processing what you said and trying to end the call, and I can't do it because I'm just like, you just gave me so much stuff. It's like I'm like two people right now. So one thing she said, I'm going to be honest, because one thing that she did say is she said, when she shared about her grieving process and what she went through, and she said, I don't care if it makes people uncomfortable. It made me very uncomfortable. It made me uncomfortable to the fact that I couldn't even reach out to my friend. And I couldn't be there for her because I don't do well with that. I don't know. And I told her, and I was texting her, I was like, even now as I'm talking to you, I'm nervous I'm going to say the wrong thing to you. And I was like, I would start texting and then I would delete everything. And then I would start again. And I kept deleting. And it was like taking me 5 minutes to write like, hey, what's going on? And that's I think one of the things about being in this role that we're in as network marketers is that when you are open and things like that, you have to also understand that sometimes the people that are closest to you and that love you, they're not always going to be there. They're not always going to support you for whatever reason. And it's always going to go back to having to do with them, not you. It's never that. So when, someone is saying something negative or not showing up or saying they're going to support you and they don't let that be your gotcha moment. Don't let that be like, well, no one supports me. No one loves me. No one cares about me. You just have to keep showing up and keep believing in the power of your dreams and going forward, and just understand that eventually every person that's talked about you, laughed about you, gone MIA, freaked out like I did, and just like disappeared, they're going to come back to you. They're going to come back to you once they've dealt with their own stuff. And it doesn't matter who it is or the circumstance, but, you know, just from full transparency, that was me. And it had nothing to do with her sharing. It had nothing to do with what she said. It had everything to do with my comfort level with dealing with that. And something that I couldn't comprehend or something that I couldn't understand. And that's, I think, where just continuing to be authentic and continuing to show up in spite of or regardless of other people. Because if she would have let people's unsolicited comments, unsolicited advice, if she would have let that stop her from sharing and posting and being out there like that, there were people that needed to hear what she had to say. And what a slap in the face to this opportunity that God has placed into her hands and anyone else's hands when we let other people cause us to stop, regardless of how it comes about or what is said. And so I just wanted to share that from a place where I was coming from, not to explain myself, because we've already had this conversation, but even still, as you said that, you know, all of us can at least once remember a person that we thought was going to be there for us, whether to just be supportive, to purchase something, to, you know, show up for something, and they didn't. And we let that one person, that one situation just take all the wind out of our sails and cause us to lose momentum because of one person or a group of people. And, you know, I just want you guys to understand this is where compassion comes in, because we are vulnerable. We are exposed. And so we have to have that compassion for others, just to say, you know what? I don't know what's going on with them. She's crazy, whatever. She's going through something. But you know what? I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to pray for him. I'm just going to stay positive. But I have to keep moving. I can't keep looking back and reaching back to drag someone into my life or beg someone to be there, because I have things I have to do. I have goals I have to reach. And, you know, I knew I had to say something. So hopefully anyone who's going through that as well, you can kind of see both sides of the spectrum of that situation and how it can ultimately turn into something beautiful, like having her back in my life and back on our team call, and, you know, feeding into all of our souls. So I'm going to let everyone go. I know, and because you know me, I'll start talking forever. But again, Kanesha, I love you. Thank you so much. You have no clue what this has done. So thank you for your time. I know that your family needs you right now. It's that bedtime, bath time, dinner time, and you have a new puppy. So I will let you go. But thank you guys for getting on the call. Thank you to your team for joining us, and we will get this call uploaded tonight or early tomorrow morning.
Bye, ladies. Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys.